Hey everyone, it is Candy Barone and I am here once again with my beautiful and amazing friend Tina, and I'm just warning you right now, we may get a little emotional. Stepping out for just a moment, we're sitting here at Lisa Satchevich's Speak to Sell, and for those of you that haven't watched the little clip of the Up movie, let me tell you, it kind of hits you to your core, and I'm going to tell you, this shit just got real. Do you ever have those moments, and Tina, I'm wondering, do you ever have those moments where you get those opportunities to have a glimpse of your gift and how mighty the mission is that you've been asked to stand in?
Yeah, it's been happening for the last 3 or 4 days. Pretty much every day there's been another glimpse, another reflection off of some other soul that where there's this moment of appreciation, or you're making a difference and you didn't even know you were making a difference because it's so natural, you know, that whole idea, you can't see the label of the jar you're in.
Oh, I love that expression.
You know, and you said earlier, I think you said it so beautifully, every time you think you've reached the depth of where you're supposed to go, all of a sudden you go deeper.
Yeah, it's like the floor drops bottom, right? And you think about, there's so many times we get openings and so many times we get these opportunities where we're supposed to stand in our gift more, right? And you get that, maybe you get that download, or maybe you get that feeling in your core, your heart, or your soul just opens up wide open and you're like, man, I'm going so big now. And then you get this reflection, or you get this space that says, yeah, but there's another level and you're supposed to go deeper. And like I said, this is gonna get a little emotional because we are real time right now. This shit just got really real. There was something that opened up really profoundly as we shared yesterday. We were talking about our squirrels. We had a lot of fun yesterday, right? We were talking about where my nuts at, and today now we're gonna talk about this shit just got real.
Yeah, real.
But it's those moments, it's those glimpses of recognizing that your gift is so fundamental and so core to who you are, that when you unlock that why, and I know a lot of you hear me talk about what's the what, what's the why, and who's your who, right? It's your what, your why, or who. And the what's really more around, what is it you're trying to influence? What is it you're trying to affect, change, impact, or create or expand in this universe as your imprint, your legacy for how you get to show up and how you get to serve others. And when you realize and you keep tapping into that next level of your why, and I mean, here's the shit getting real, right? So as we're watching this Up video, which just so tears me up every time, really profoundly socked me in the stomach this time, or in the heart. It's because I've recognized that while I'm creating a legacy for myself, and for those of you that know a little my back history with my dad and the kind of my abuse growing up and some of the cycles of things that created just spaces that shut me down, I realized that my why is so much bigger. It's actually creating a legacy for my lineage. It's to create a way to stop and to eradicate the cycle of fear that keeps being handed down as a generational legacy. And I get to do that as a healing for the wounding that's been carried down generation by generation in my family. And so teaching leaders to step into that space, and and then connecting with other soulful, heartful people who say, I want to play in that space with you. I want to lead the charge.
We all come to this place, especially with entrepreneurs. People who are entrepreneurs, let's face it, we talked about, being a squirrel or being a purple squirrel yesterday, and being these unique creatures. And many times, if not all the time, that's born of pain. That's born of wounds. And then we work on ourselves like, oh my God, we work on ourselves. We're constantly working on ourselves. And then all of those wounds become opportunities to create something for the future, right. to leave a legacy, and no matter how fucked up we feel sometimes, there's this core of greatness that we cannot let go of, we can't let die. It's just there. And what I found for myself this weekend is being someone who, really has said, I'm totally unemployable. I need to forge my own path, and I have, and everything. And then I meet Candy, and we find, this is not a matter of not having baggage. This is a matter of matching baggage. Okay?
We have a matching
Collect
set.
the whole set, right? And this is the thing. And I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at the size of her vision, and I'm like, you know what? I'm stepping into that vision because I'm so aligned with it, and I'm going to surrender to somebody who you know is going to. We don't know what it's going to look like. We don't know what kind of partnership is possible, but it's possible. So why not why not explore it and see what can be grown, and if that flame could be grown into wildfire, right?
Well, and what's interesting is we keep talking about this really blue, really vibrant blue space, right? That doesn't have any boundaries. And so I always use an analogy when I'm training my leadership trainings to ask the question around how do you build the jigsaw puzzle, right? And it's always amazing to me, especially the type A's, you know, guilty as charged. Actually, type A plus off the charts. You all know that about me. But it's really, you know, we start with the corners and we start with the edges and we're looking at the picture and all we're doing is creating that box that says, this is our limitations of what we can build. And when you look at a child, right, before you tell them how to build the puzzle, they take that blue, that really magnificent, vibrant blue, shiny blue piece that starts in the center, right? We don't know if it's the water or the ocean or a marble or something else. And they start from there and they build it outside. And so when I'm curious as you think about, I mean, we all have a mighty mission. We all have something that when we tap into that why, and I'm so emotional right now, that whole idea of getting that glimpse of your gift and how big the impact can be in the legacy that you want to leave. If you start with that blue piece, that magical, that bright and brilliant and magnificent and gorgeous, exquisite blue piece, and you start to build it, what's possible when you take the edges away? What's possible when you take the corners away? What's possible when you take the picture that everybody else is giving you away? And you stand in that space and you say, this is how I choose to show up. And so when you have that opportunity and you surrender, and I gotta tell you, it's really weird for me to have somebody as powerful. I mean, this woman is powerful. She's a freaking legend in her space, in her industry, and what she does. And for her to say, please let me be a lieutenant. Please let me play in a space with you with this vision that's so big. It's weird for me to receive that because that's so, I can't do this alone.
None of us
I
can.
can't create this charge. I can't cultivate a new generation of leaders that are out there tapping into something that is so soulfully powerful, that's changing the way they show up in business and the way they show up in their community. And more importantly, the biggest thing that I see is the change that they're having with their families, and they're breaking that cycle of fear that's so deeply keeps being handed down as a generational legacy. I really believe that aside from debt, the biggest gift we give our children is this cycle of fear that is so limiting and debilitating. And when we can together create something that is so not even about us, it's not even about Tina and I, it's this incredible movement and vision that keeps just pouring in and opening up, and the depths just keep expanding. This shit's getting real. I don't even know how to say it any other way than the shit is getting real. And it's the first time I feel like I'm open to receiving it. I know I play a big game and I love to go out and change, you know, spaces, but there's still been this piece that I've been trying to control. And when you let it go and surrender, and I did a talk last week at the healing event I spoke at, a healing conference around active faith, right?
Yeah.
Because faith's not something you get to speak. Faith is something you have to act. It's like love, it's a verb, right? And until you stand in a space to be inspired with your faith and take action, inspired action, and I feel like that all of that is just coming to this place that is just opening. And then you get the most beautiful people, and I have to tell you, I have the most beautiful community that just keeps showing up and saying, yes, can I play there too? And so like this island of misfit toys, the purple squirrel tribe, the Camp Candy, whatever, God, are you saying yes? And I just, you know, I'm sharing this because it's so in the moment right now. And I mean, seriously, it's like this awakening and this epiphany of the shit's getting real. And I'm curious if you're offering yourself the same opportunities to stand in that space. Are you taking those reflections, and what's it feel like? I would love to know what it feels like when you get a glimpse of your gift. Are you feeling it at that level that's so visceral and guttural, and like, you know, you have to do this. Like, you get to do this privilege, this opportunity, this quest but it's something you've got to do. You got to stoke that fire. You got to feed it. I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I'm kind of going off on tangents.
It's that creative urge that is so human. It's what's made us who we are. It's why we've done whatever we've done to the planet and each other and whatever, but it's that creative pull. So yeah, I guess that's
so I have an invitation.
To share.
We do, and I have an invitation because I'm feeling really wide open right now. And
her soft nougaty center is showing.
I know, I love that. And I'm learning. I am going to be really transparent. I'm learning to receive. I'm also learning to ask. And so I'm going to invite anyone that wants to play in this space. I don't even know what it looks like, but anyone that wants to play in this space to break that cycle of fear for our lineage, to heal that hurt, that wounding that's there, and to change the paradigm, to really shift and create a powerful, new, purposeful paradigm around a new generation of soul-centered leaders who are out there impacting and influencing and inspiring their business and their community and their teams and their families and yourself. I'd love to hear from you. I don't know what it looks like. Yeah. I just want to know, who is my Purple Squirrel tribe? Where are you? Because we're ready.
Where are Purple Squirrels at?
We are, yeah, really, because we are going after the nuts, and we're ready to take off. We are really going to set the world on fire, and it's time to take some serious, inspired action, and I need your help to do it. I need the tribe that wants to go big. I need the tribe, and so I invite any of you. I welcome your thoughts. I welcome your love.
Get in touch.
I welcome anything you want to play in the space. And I also want to extend such deep respect, such deep love, and such deep gratitude for all of you that continue to show up. I love how many people we're on today. I love how many people are sending their love and kisses. And, I see all of you, Erica and Sharon and Deanna and Cindy and Janine and everybody that's there, and Joanna and everybody else that I saw show up. Just know how deeply I feel such a gratitude for all of you, and just I'm overflowing my cup. It's overflowing with love right now, and the shit just got real. So I'm gonna take the charge that the gauntlet's been laid, guys. And we love you. Say yes to yourself. Bye, babies.
Bye. We need to press something to make that save.